It's now time for Party Chat Sports.
The only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys?
Welcome back, everybody, to Party Chat Sports. We are in the dog days of summer. No football action for the next couple of weeks. We've gotten through minicamp, OTAs, and now it's, 3 weeks away from training camp? Maybe even longer than that.
It might be longer than that.
Either way.
It's not summer yet either, technically. It's still spring.
It is not summer.
It will be. It will be.
Look at us getting all technical. For once, we want to...
In 2 days.
Whatever, man. Either way, we're all still here at Party Chat Sports. We got the entire crew, and we're not taking time. We're not taking a break. We did have a nice, fun weekend the other... What was that? Last weekend already. We were in West Virginia.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
Cam definitely doesn't remember.
I don't remember one specific night.
Huh. Yeah. Either way, welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Gil Gill. We've got Dylan Schroeder. We've got Cam Braun. We've got Drew Nelson. And like I said, we're not taking any breaks. So what are we going to do today? Well, the only thing that you really can do at this time of the year and just kind of make bold predictions and talk about things that are well into the future. And one of those things, in terms of future exactly, is the over-unders for each team. So MGM, DraftKings, Bally, they've already started putting out their win total projections for each NFL team. So Dylan and I are looking at VegasInsider.com, and that's where we're getting our numbers for this episode. And what we're going to do is we're going to go down the list. So Bills at 11.5 wins. Are they going to go over or are they going to go under?
You doing a consensus or is this
No. I got everybody pulled up individual columns here, so everyone can choose what they want to do.
4 separate minds. We've got 4 separate thoughts.
It's like its own version of the pick'ems, kind of.
But
speaking of, Bills are number one on the list.
They are.
Their line is 11.5.
It's 4 teams that have the 11.5 line right now. And the Bills are the one at the top of the list. So
really all I need to see. I haven't looked at their schedule.
First things first. I mean, they do have a first place schedule. And that's going to be one thing to factor in.
They've had a first place schedule.
Yeah, I think they've had is a more apt description. So I'm going over. Just for the record, I'm going to say mine. 11.5. It feels like they're on course for 12 or 13.
How many wins have they had the last couple of years, guys? I feel like they've gotten 12, 13.
The Bills this past year went 13-4. The year before 11-6. The year before 13. The year before 11. The year before 13.
They've got the NFC South.
They might.
It's an easy over.
It might be 11 though.
I don't know.
Did you hear what I just said?
I did.
They went 13-11, 13-11, 13. Vegas knows. I
don't know if the glare is really showing.
Zero shot that's going to be visible, but
they probably have taken that into account. Funny enough.
I'm still going over though, so
I'm also going over. Write me down.
Over feels right. Over. The thing that
somebody's going to go over. Somebody.
They do have the Chiefs. They do have the Ravens, but they have those guys a lot. The entire AFC North, the Eagles later in the year. So it is decent, but you know what? They're supposed to be a Super Bowl team. They're supposed to win, or at least split a lot of those games anyways if you're the Bills.
Over.
Yeah.
All right.
Over
Everybody's
11.
over. Everybody's over on the Bills.
Next, we have the Eagles, also 11.5. Super Bowl champs. Are they going to have this Super Bowl hanging over?
Under. Something's happening.
They went
happening. You know this.
They went 14-3.
What is
The year
no, we
before
know,
they
Drew.
had 11 wins.
They're
and
not
the year
winning
before
the
they had
division.
14.
Yeah, well,
So
they did have
something
Saquon.
catastrophic is going to happen.
Are you trying to speak it into existence?
I'm trying to warn
He's
people.
trying to.
We've never done that on this show.
This is an early warning.
Nah.
Prepare accordingly.
I'll be
They're
taking
breaking
the
the
over.
streak. They're
Call me
breaking the streak.
Iran. A surprise will happen.
That's crazy.
Too soon.
That's crazy.
By the time
Hey,
this
it's happening
drops,
tonight.
by the
Yeah,
time this
tell me
episode
what the
drops,
surprise was. This could be bad.
it is. It is bad. It is great. I don't know. You tell us in the comments what happened.
Anyway,
If you're still alive.
Eagles, another team though. They've gone 14 wins, 11 wins, 14 wins. It might be 11. I don't know.
I kind of agree with Drew, especially the whole the NFC East thing. When was the last time there was a repeat champion in the NFC East?
20 years?
20 years ago.
Something like that. Long time.
Something's got to give.
Yeah, but
I
they didn't
also
have
don't think it's
Saquon
gonna be
Barkley.
this year.
Okay.
They're running that division for the next 3 years, or as long as Saquon's there.
Bro, they
You're just
had the
making that
leading
up or
rush.
what?
They had the leading rusher of the 2010s in LaShawn McCoy. Bet you didn't know that. He was the leading rusher of the 2010s decade.
I did not know
So
that.
more than Frank Gore, more than Adrian Peterson. That's your top three, by the way. It was McCoy, Frank Gore, Adrian Peterson.
Did you just
very
see that?
interesting.
Like, is that like something that's like fresh, or did
I saw that in the last 24 hours. Yes.
Gotcha. Nice. Nice knowledge. Being
Thank
able.
you.
Who do we have this year as far as divisions go to?
I'm kind of leaning like 10, 11 wins for the Eagles this year.
I got you on
Give
the
me
list as
under.
under then. All right.
Give me under.
Cam, where you
Give me
at?
over. Give me
All
over.
right. All right, we're split on that one.
I feel like this false information, or I mean, it's not false information, but this vendetta against the Eagles and the NFC East.
I like the Eagles. It's just.
Oh, I'm talking. I didn't realize that you were gonna take over, but that's fine. Go ahead.
Finish your thought, Cam. Finish your thought.
Go ahead.
Anyways, the Eagles have a powerhouse of a team. They're rebuilding every single year. This is the year the streak breaks.
Can you rebuild if you're good?
It's retooling at that point.
I'm sorry. Keep going, Cam. Keep going.
Sorry. You're right. Floor's yours.
They do have a really good record.
Eagles are winning the division. Over 14 wins again.
We've
I
got
agree
the
with you.
Maybe
NFC
repeat
North
Super Bowl champs.
and the AFC West this year, it looks like.
That's tough. That's a tough.
Chiefs, Rams, Bucks, Broncos, Giants, Vikings, Giants, Packers.
I don't think we have too much time to dive into this, like we said we wouldn't pre-show.
This is important. This is important information to know
It
who
is
they're
important
playing.
information.
I'm still keeping the under, though. So,
Hater.
I think so. We're split.
sure. Yeah.
Vendetta.
Okay. Cool. I'm good with that.
Next on the list is the Chiefs, also 11.5 wins.
Under.
I was about to say under 2. Something
Over.
feels off with the Chiefs.
This is going to be the year they just don't have it. I mean, they just don't have it.
They're going to hit the under, but it's going to be 11.
Yeah.
That still counts.
That
Give it
feels
over.
right. Like, it's still going to be
So
double digits,
easy.
but I don't know if they win 12. I feel like, especially the Chargers, like, I'm putting a decent amount of stock into the Chargers this year. I don't know why, and it's probably going to bite me
That's
in
a
the ass.
mistake.
Like I just said, it's probably going to bite me in the
I
ass.
never put stock in the Chargers ever.
Yeah. One of these days, I'll-
Rashid Rice is back. No suspension.
Is he the same? How many knees does he have?
He's fine.
Okay. So, Gil, what'd you say? Cam, what'd you say?
I think we both said under.
Under.
Okay. Drew is the only one going over. Okay.
I'll take it.
To be fair to Drew, also, he was the one that
To be
the
fair.
entire year. To be fair, he was also the one the entire year saying, "I'm not going to count out the Chiefs. I'm not going to count out the Chiefs." So
Thanks,
He did
Well,
say that. He did say that, but guess
Yeah,
what?
they-
They didn't win the Super Bowl, so
But
they got
they did
counted
make
They
out.
still made it.
still made it.
I
They
mean,
still
they-
ran through the AFC just like they always do.
Mollywopped.
That's fine.
Should have been a
Drew's
Bills
point-
Super Bowl, unfortunately.
Anyway.
that comment, like, I'm not
Anyway.
going to count him out, was about making it to the AFC champion and winning the AFC.
Nah,
That's
that's
what-
not. Nah.
I got you, Drew. I got
Thanks,
you.
Gil. I appreciate you.
Nah.
I'm here for the truth.
Ravens. 11.5.
11.5.
Under.
I feel like 11 is usually the status quo for them.
They've gone 12, 13, and then 10, 8, 11.
Over.
And then 14, and then 10, 9, 8, 5, 10, 8, 10. So it's under. The AFC North's going to be tough. They got the first place schedule again. AFC North doesn't have an easy schedule. They got they're going to play the Bills. They're going to play the Lions. They're going to play the Commanders. So I think this starts to get into, Drew, your question of if we say over for too many teams, when does it break?
I think it's going to depend on if Lamar put on weight for the 4th consecutive year.
And the NFC North.
They opened at Buffalo. They have the Lions in week 3. They have the Chiefs in week 4, the Texans in week 5, the Rams in week 6. They play they go at Minnesota. They play obviously all the divisional games. They go at Green Bay. I just don't see 12 wins for that team. I just don't see it.
I do see the AFC North in general being a dogfight at the end between the Ravens and the Bengals.
It's definitely not the Bengals.
It's definitely not the Steelers.
That's fine. It's
Yeah,
not the
right
Bengals,
now.
though.
Kenny Pickett,
The
baby.
Browns?
It's Kenny Pickett year.
It's definitely not the Bengals. It's
me
the
under.
Steelers.
Let me have the
but-
Ravens. Let me have the Ravens over.
It's a lot of overs for you so far, Drew. Cam Gill, what's your official
3.
guess?
Under.
I already said over.
Okay. I don't care if you already said it. I asked you again. All right.
Guys, let's get.
Gil has 3 unders. Gil has 3 unders. Cam has 3 overs. Drew has
Under
3
your mom.
overs, and I'm 2 and 2.
Wait a minute. No. I should have 1 under.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
what. That
Okay.
3
1
minus
through
4
4.
is 1.
Got it.
Yeah. You're so smart. Lions are
3
next.
minus 4.
All right,
Under,
first,
under, 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 under.
You don't even know
Under.
what the line is.
I don't even need to know. They're not winning the division. They've
You're not
lost
as
a
good
lot
of
of
a hater
pieces.
as me, honestly.
No, they Lions with the
Because
under.
he's a troll.
Get under
hater,
your
that's
mom.
why.
Under the under.
You already said that. You can't say it twice.
They're under.
watch me.
All right. Watch
What
me.
is the line, though?
10.5 is
10
the
and a
line.
half. They're the first team.
Over so easily.
Under. Under.
Over so easily.
Under.
Hey,
It's
11.
definitely over.
Ben Johnson's
I
not
will.
there. It's under.
Yeah,
care.
actually, that's.
Those biting kneecaps aren't gonna.
Not
Those
so
biting
easily,
kneecap
actually.
speeches aren't gonna work unless you have an offensive mastermind like Ben Johnson. It's a freaking under. They're winning 9 games.
They got the NFC South this year.
That's an easy division.
They have the AFC East
That's an easy division.
and the NFC East. They have the NFC East.
Under with 2 wins.
2 total
Okay.
wins.
All right.
2 total wins.
I think I'm
gonna-
gonna still go over, even though
I
I
like
forgot
11.
it. You know,
I don't
like
think
11.
they're going to be as good as they were last year.
I think
But
the Ben Johnson
They also don't have
departure will have a large effect on the team.
It will. It reminds me a lot of when the Eagles lost both their coordinators. It's going to take
How
about
many
a year.
wins do you think those coordinators were worth? Just
lot.
Just put a number on it.
Ben Johnson was worth more than Aaron Glenn. No, it's hard for me to put a
I
number.
asked for a number.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't
Off the
know if you
top.
can give
Off
a
the
number.
top. I don't want you to think about it. I just want you to say it.
5.
You can't give a number, man. Honestly,
I just want you to say.
Five.
I was trying to run an exercise here.
no number.
It's 9 o'clock. I'm not
It's
exercising.
positive infinity
Okay.
to negative infinity, somewhere in between.
All right. Never mind.
What
All right.
would you put on it, Dylan? You're the
I
one
would
that
put
had-
on it. I'd put on four games, and they could get 4 games worse and still hit over on their line. That was my whole point.
Why do we have to make it so complicated?
Are you counting
wins.
playoff
You
game?
made it complicated, man.
They didn't even win a playoff game, actually.
This ain't
Yeah,
about
they
the
get blown out
playoffs.
at home.
If this was about the playoffs, the Ravens would be under 100% of the time.
What happened in the Vikings playoff game?
Sam Darnold, so I'll ghost again.
Oh, okay.
Like we told you all season. Anyway,
Okay, we got JJ.
Gil, what'd you say? Over under.
Over.
And then Cam said under. Drew, you said over.
Yep.
All right, 4 overs out of the 5. Okay. all
I'd
right.
take the under 5 times if I could.
Well,
Yeah,
you
we
can
know.
only pick it once.
We know Troll Boy, Skip Bayless.
So you're saying there ain't even any facts backing you up, really? No curses. East.
I mean, you lost both your coordinators. One is an offensive mastermind, and that's how you won most of your games. So
I'd say
It's
talent.
possible. That's possible.
they're not even that talented.
I'd
They
say
do
they're
have good
pretty
players.
darn. I'd say they're pretty darn talented.
Their
Jahmyr
offensive
Gibbs,
line
little
is good.
far with that
That's
one.
what it
Amon
is.
Ra, Jared Goff's serviceable. Jamison Williams, they have a pretty good 1-2 punch at wide
Two
receiver
wins.
and at running back. Okay.
Jameson Williams.
Okay, Skip.
Are you kidding me?
Skip. Okay, Skip.
That guy's a bum. He's not even better than
Okay,
Addison. Check the
Skip.
stats.
All right, Skip.
Check the
49ers, 10.5. 49ers,
I was surprised to see
10.5.
49ers with a 10.5 line. I thought a lot of people were talking negative about the 49ers. Like,
So
I
this
was
one's
expecting to
this
open
one
up,
is
like,
scary.
7.5.
This one's scary
I am
because
taking under because I think the Rams win the division. But I do think the 49ers still win 9 games.
don't they get a last place schedule?
I'll
They
agree
do.
with that.
They do indeed.
The schedule is easy.
That's scary. That's what puts this in perspective. They get the AFC East, the AFC South, and then like the Giants, the Panthers,
You mean the NFC South?
Browns. No, I'm at the AFC South. They get the AFC South.
They
get
got the
NFC
AFC
South.
East and the South. That's crazy.
Yeah, they play Broncos, Chargers. They have
That's the
two
West.
of the AFC. They have two of the West, I guess.
I'm
Either
going to take
way.
the under.
I still think the 49ers are going to be fine, but
Oh, I
I
was looking
think
at
the Rams
preseason.
win
I'm
the
dumb.
division.
Sorry.
Yeah.
NFC and AFC South is what they have. That's a lot of winnable games. Throwing the Panthers and the Browns. And the Bears.
The Titans.
Bears.
Oh, okay.
I'm
there's
going
a week.
I'm going
There's
over.
a 3-week stretch, 4-week stretch here. Panthers, Browns, Titans, Colts.
jeez.
Bears.
Brock Purdy for MVP, bro.
And they got Cardinals before that. I mean, I'm shooting over, and I'm not even that high in the
Damn.
49ers, but that schedule's so easy.
I really need to look at this again because I might need to reevaluate that.
I'm
It's
That-
that easy.
That
I'm a
stretch
Brock
of
Purdy.
schedule just changed my mind. I am now
Bro.
an over.
I'm a Brock Purdy hater, and that's over. It doesn't
I think
even matter.
we might get 2 NFC West teams with over 10 wins. Is what it looks like because I really am high on the Rams.
And the AFC and NFC South are just bad. Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, I'm going to change that. I'm going to take over. Give me 11 wins with 49ers.
I don't care what it
The
is.
under.
It's over 10.5. Cam, you going under? All right.
Take the under.
Drew, you're going over?
Yeah.
Drew, you picked a 1 under so far. You're getting close
Yep.
to your quota, man.
I've still got plenty to go.
All right. Chargers at 9.5.
Let's look at this because I feel like 10 wins is doable for the Chargers, but you did all bring up a solid point a few moments ago that I should never bank on the Chargers to do anything.
They got 3 division games to start the season.
6.
And then they go Giants, Commanders, Dolphins, Colts. Like that. Those are 4 winnable.
9. Yeah, I'm going under.
Take it easy on the Commanders, man.
They got
I said
the
winnable.
NFC East. They got the NFC East. They got the Vikings. They got
that's a tough
obvious,
stretch.
They got obviously the AFC West that they got to play 2 games against. They also
last-
have the South of the AFC. Why
Their
are all
last-
these teams playing the AFC South?
Last 5 games: Eagles, Chiefs, Cowboys, but that's nothing. Texans
Hey.
and the Broncos, and then who knows what the Broncos are going to
Those
look.
last 5 games are tough.
Yeah. And they get the Hall of Fame game. That might be cursed. I don't know. That's
But
what
they
I've
do
heard.
have a stretch of Colts, Vikings, Titans, Chargers, Jags, Raiders.
It's an interesting, like the way it breaks out. Is
What'd
like
you just say?
You heard me.
Chargers? What?
Colts, Vikings. Oh, I said Chargers instead of Titans.
Yeah.
Steelers, Jags. They're playing a in-season scrimmage.
You know what? Give me over for the Chargers still. It feels right to me.
How many?
This one-
How many overs am I doing? 5 or 6?
5 out of 6. You want another?
Give me the over.
You're like that one meme. The dude's got some powder. He's like, "You all got any more of them overs?" That's you right now. Kane, what's your vote here for the Chargers at 9.5?
Under.
Under. Okay. That's what I said. I'm scared about that one though. Because like every year on paper, the Chargers are like a 10-win team every year, and they just
The Chargers will lose a lot of the games that they should have won. They do it every year.
You know, Jim Harbaugh could be the catalyst for change there, but I mean, they won 11 games last year.
I was about
They went over by 2. Oh, I'm switching over. All right.
Whoa!
I'm switching. All right, Rams at 9.5 is the next
I've
one.
already said over. I feel like this is Matthew Stafford's going out party.
I'm definitely over on the Rams.
I'm in on them.
I don't know who for Matt Stafford.
Yo, you're basically a Rams fan, bro.
I got the Stafford jersey in the closet.
They get to play the Titans too.
The addition
The
of
Rams
Devontae
are
Adams,
legit, man. The Rams are not bad.
Sean McVay is.
They would have won the Super Bowl if they would have just beat the Eagles. That's my take.
Yeah,
And they almost did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if they would have just won that game.
Center just sold on the biggest play of the game.
Did.
2 biggest plays of the
got
game. It's
better.
like back to back. You just didn't block anyone.
Man, it's gonna be
The
close.
Saints.
Yeah, they got
Colts,
the
Titans,
AFC South.
The Browns.
All these-
Oh, that's preseason.
Everyone playing the AFC South, man.
They got.
And they got the.
What's the line though?
AFC
9.5.
9.5. They get the Ravens, the Lions. Eagles.
Jags.
Cam, what did you say?
Took the over.
Yeah, I can't take the over.
I'll take the over as well.
Is that the first consensus? Is that the first one?
No, we consensus on the Bills as well. But it's the second consensus. Commanders,
Take
9.5.
Over.
Dang, man.
Under.
I'm taking the
On
under
your
here
wonders.
because I need to balance out here.
Nah, balance
But
is overrated.
Jaden Daniels, sophomore slump, a la CJ Stroud. It might happen. Just saying.
That's possible.
We didn't see that coming for CJ. I feel like it could happen for Jaden Daniels because now he's going to have all this hype that he's like a superstar. And I just don't know if he's ready. He might be. I just don't know.
He was a Heisman Trophy winner and then still did come in and do that. So he already had the hype around him from.
Yeah, but he wasn't this number one pick. Like he's still surprised. Like that was a big storyline. Is he surprised? He wasn't expected to do that.
They have 4 division games to end the season.
That's a lot. That's
Giants,
not a good
Eagles,
thing.
Cowboys, Eagles.
So do you think they have their 10 wins before the last month of the season?
Their logo looks so weird on the schedule.
They
don't
got to
like
get 10 wins. They got to get 10 wins. And they got Ravens, Bengals, Chargers, Chiefs, Lions, Vikings. No, they're under, man.
I counted 10. I'm going over.
It's the
Listen,
curse, man. It's the NFC.
Listen.
It's cursed.
Giants, I don't think the Packers will be good. Raiders, Falcons, I think they would probably win against the Chargers.
Dude, I got to stop looking at the preseason,
Bears.
man. The preseason being at the top of the page is messing me up right now.
Seahawks, Dolphins, Broncos, Giants again, Vikings.
I'd like to know the math behind these over-unders and if it's possible right now.
They're probably beating the Eagles or the Cowboys at least once.
They'll split minimum with those two. They'll go 2-2 at least between the Cowboys and the Eagles.
All right. Cam, what's yours? Your vote here.
Go under.
Not a big
Can all teams go under?
No.
That's what Cam's going for.
Cam's got a couple
do you mean?
overs. Cam's got 4 overs.
I got a good amount of overs. I don't know who you're talking to, mister. I'm going to take everybody that's over.
We already did the math, man. I'm well within my limits.
He's in.
No.
So far. You only got a couple more. We're like 1/4 of the way through all the teams. So let's keep it moving. Texans also 9.5.
Under.
I don't feel good about the Texans.
They have no offensive line.
Drew with an
not sure how this is
under
gonna
call out. Here we go.
And
me under.
if you remember, we'll talk about this later. But I already picked my my AFC South winner.
He did.
You did. And that team is only projected 7.5. Let
Shocking.
me just take a peek.
Shocker.
Real
That is
quick.
what
Let me
we
just
in the
take
business call a tease.
9.5. 9.5. 9.5. Do I count 10 wins here?
I
Let me
just
take
don't
their.
think
Let me
that
take a peek at their
One,
schedule, though.
AFC
2,
South isn't that
3,
good to where I don't know if there's really any
4,
team that wins double
5,
digits. Like, this could be a division
6,
where a 9-win team is hosting a playoff
7,
game.
8, 9. I only counted 9. I guess I'm going under.
What says you, Cameron?
Probably under, but they'll win the division.
They're going to win the division at 9 and 8.
It's the AFC South, man.
That's why I just said, like, I feel like that's a division that could have a home playoff game, host a playoff game.
If you
which
think
is
back, a lot of the teams that we started with that were at 11 and 10.5 wins all had the AFC South, so that could very much be the case. They just get crushed from outside divisional teams.
It's very possible.
Yeah. I see. I don't like that division, so why would I? If I don't like the division, why would I have anybody in it win 10 games?
Haha, let there be light.
Whoa! Look at that. Speaking of light, not
Gil,
really.
did you say under?
Yeah.
All right, we are unanimous under on the Texans this year. After I made that beautiful video, hyping them up before last season.
Yeah.
Sad
That
to
is
see.
so tough. That is tragic.
Broncos
9.5. I think Bo Nix takes a slump.
I think that's a very likely sophomore slump.
Yeah, that feels right. If you're betting sophomore slumps, Bo Nix feels like the right.
I have a lot to say about Bo Nix in my upcoming QB.
Titans and
Video.
Colts to start the season.
That is also a tease. Look at us.
We are teasing.
We are teasing a lot around here.
Yes, I will be talking about Bo Nix in my upcoming QB draft 2026 video because that's what we all want to talk about.
Curious to see where that connection or correlation is, but that will drop here in the next couple weeks, so make sure you stay tuned to the feed for that here at Party Chat Sports. In the meantime, let's talk about what we are discussing right now, and that is Broncos 9.5 over under. I'm taking under. I do not like the Broncos.
The Broncos also play the AFC South.
Brother, does everybody?
Saying.
Who doesn't?
The AFC South are playing 30 games.
It's crazy. But with the 2 games against the Chargers and the 2 games against the Chiefs,
I think the Raiders are going to be better too.
I don't, but we can talk about that later.
They will be much better than they were.
That doesn't make them good,
Before.
though.
That makes them.
You know what?
That makes
We'll get
them pretty good.
We'll get there.
Not great, but
Under
they'll
on
be
the
good.
Broncos.
I'm going under. I don't see them being 10 wins. 10-win team, double digits. I don't see it.
What they have this year?
9?
I don't know. I can't type that fast. They had 10.
Yeah.
and finished third in the AFC West.
But their defense got so good.
Like,
Is it still
the
good?
Jets game, they beat the Jets 10-9.
They were the third best scoring defense in the league.
And they got better.
Did they?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the
Yes.
over on the Broncos.
I think Bo Nix is going to have a slump that's going to hold
I can
him back.
talk myself into the over for every team, honestly.
You're
are.
talking me into the over. Oh, they took
I'm
Ja'Day
just Mr.
Barrett.
Optimism.
They took
They're
Ja'Day
gonna get-
Barrett.
Yes, dude. Their defense is nuts.
Over.
Like, even with a slump, they barely have to play offense.
Cam, did you also
I
say
see
over? And Drew said over.
I said the over, but they're going to shit the bed in the playoffs.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Let me count wins real quick.
I
It's
see
not like this
2022 Jets here.
I
Really
never
good
see the
defense. I
No
do.
matter how
all the
many
time,
times I
you know,
close my
gangrene.
eyes. 1, 2,
Really good defense held back by a secondary
3,
quarterback. That's what I see for the
4,
Broncos.
5,
2022 Jets.
6, 7, 8.
It is close.
I think they're gonna end with maybe 9. Maybe, I'm staying over. I think they go 10 season.
3, 4, 5.
Count this one more
6,
time.
7,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Just gonna load up.
Give me the over. I don't care.
Yeah, I think
I'm
it's
Mr.
over.
Overman.
I think it's over.
All right.
Gil, what's your vote on that? What'd you say? Under?
Under.
All right. Packers 9.5.
Under.
Under.
Division's too hard.
I'm asleep on the Packers.
I'm sleeping hard on the Packers.
Under.
Guys, you know me. I've been asleep on Jordan Love for like 4 years.
Even when Toyota-thon arrives next year, I'm still gonna sleep behind the wheel.
That's only like 4 games, so I
do
just
not
don't
feel-
believe. I don't believe in the Packers at all. What'd you say, Cam? I'm sure I know.
Taking the under.
Yeah, bet
I
you
think
are.
I know
You can just go ahead and put under on every NFC North team if you really want to.
Are you
that
sure?
Yeah, including the Vikings.
Is that including
No.
the Vikings?
The Vikings are, well, I mean, if you're setting it at
Whoa.
16.5 like it should be.
What?
16.5.
Yes.
And then you're saying you take the under, so then you're not a true fan? I'm not following your logic
You
here.
don't think the Vikings are gonna go 17-0?
I mean, I think they're going to go 16-1.
Yeah, we're talking about the
screwed by the
Packers
refs.
Rent free. Buccaneers is actually who we're talking about, right? Or are we do? I mean, we all said under. I don't know if we want to.
All said under. I still don't know what love is. It's fine. That's a deeper conversation.
Sorry.
Buccaneers 9.5. I want to say over, but I don't know. Like, this feels like a 9-10 team.
That's why it's 9.5.
Yeah, I'm going to go under.
I'm gonna go over because they had 10 wins last year, and I think they get 10 wins this year.
I do like the Emeka Ibuka edition. I think that's going to help that offense, and they're going to look a lot better this year with that. Plus, Chris Godwin still
So
there.
I got under Gil, under Cam.
No, give me over. Give me over. Actually,
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. You know what you want to do.
They play the Eagles, the Lions, the Rams, the Bills,
they play the AFC East.
Phoenix.
No, they
They do
host.
kind of play Phoenix because they play the Cardinals. But the 49ers.
This is a playoff team, and if they're a playoff team, they should be winning 10 games.
You would think. You would think.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go over.
What?
I have to.
You? No.
I have to. Because
You're only at 10.
I don't know.
So you got room. You got room
I
for
got
overs.
7 more to go. This is easy. I mean, like what Gil said, if you think they could win the division or will win the division, they should probably hit the over.
They should have 10. They should have 10. Bengals.
9.5. Give me over. The defense is going to hold them back for some games, but I do still really
Listen,
like that offense.
The
and I think
defense is
They
going to
score
hold them back
50
for
points
a
a
lot
game.
of games.
It's going to be like the Saints.
They do
All right,
score
back-
50 points a game, and they still go like 9-8, I think.
I think isn't their record actually terrible when they score like 35 plus or something like that?
Yeah.
Did they
because
win
it's-
9 last year?
I think they finished with 9 because they came like roaring back and almost made the playoffs.
But
They
that's what they
finished
do
9
every
and
year.
8. They finished 9-8 the past 2 years.
Slow starts. They get out to these slow starts. It's like, oh no, they suck, and then Thanksgiving or November hits, and it's like, boom.
We just talked about the Broncos and how good their defense is. I know, Gil, you said under on the Broncos, but the rest of us said over. This is the same conversation with how bad the Bengals defense is. It's the same. That they don't have Trey Hendrickson. They haven't even signed their first-round pick yet. They are worse on defense. They got worse somehow. They are worse. I did
see that they started negotiations back up in talks with Trey Hendrickson. So
good for them, but like they got worse. If they bring Trey Hendrickson back, they still got worse because they haven't added to the defense. They lost Jermaine Pratt, their leading tackler, a middle linebacker. They're better on offense because
offense is what wins games in the regular season.
Does it? They went 9-8 last year.
They didn't have an offense that would have gone, like 3 and...
They would have probably had 4 wins, maybe.
Oh, no, that's...
I don't know. I picked them to win the division last year, and they made me look dumb, so... That's what I get. Never put your faith in the Bengals. That's rule number 2.
It feels like they shouldn't be bad. Feels like they should not be bad.
Yeah.
They're gonna have the Vikings, the Lions...
Packers,
the Bills, Dolphins, Cardinals, Packers, Bears,
10
Jets.
I'm going over.
I mean, the hardest teams on the schedule are Lions, Bills, Ravens.
Nope. They're gonna split with the Steelers probably, and that's not me being a Steelers fan. That's just history.
I know, and that's why AFC North is so stupid.
Yeah,
they'll split with the Browns, or get swept by the Browns for no reason.
They'll get swept by the Browns, but then they'll sweep the Ravens or something. Yeah. Everyone likes to go 3-3 in the AFC North, but then just crush everybody else they play, so that it ends up okay.
Line is 9.5, right?
Yes.
Give me the under, I guess.
Cam,
take the over.
You say over, Gil?
Yep.
All right.
Dolphins 8.5 under. I do not have any faith in this Dolphins team. That's not just me being a hater. I think Mike McDaniels is a bum.
I'll take the under. I don't even got to look at the schedule. I just don't think they're that good.
I think Tua's a bum.
Tua's a bum. I don't even know if Tyreek's going to be there.
Yeah, is Tyreek going to play? I don't know. They got to play the Bills twice.
Their offensive line got worse.
I accidentally typed in Tua's schedule instead of Dolphins' schedule.
I did that earlier with the Bengals or something. They play the Ravens. They play
3
the
division
Chargers.
games to start the season.
They play the Steelers. They play the Bengals. So they got the AFC North. They got the AFC West without the Chiefs and Raiders, I guess.
They got the Ravens, the Bills, the Commanders,
the Buccaneers,
Bucks.
Yeah, no, it's so easy under. It's so easy under.
Even the Bengals.
6 wins. They're gonna have 6 wins.
They don't win against teams with winning records either. So under. Ken, did you say over under?
For the Bengals?
For the Dolphins. We've been talking about the Dolphins for 2 minutes.
Probably under.
Hop off the sticks, man. Hop off the sticks.
Not on the sticks.
Give me the under as well.
We are unanimous.
I'm asleep on the Dolphins.
We're all asleep.
Here's an interesting one.
Bears.
Also 8.5 is the Bears. I got over. I do think Caleb Williams takes that next step with Ben Johnson. I like the offense a little bit more. The defense was good. They have good pieces. It's just, does that offense come together? And I think it's not going to look terrible. It's not going to be horribly coached.
The Bears play the Bills, the Chiefs. No, never mind. That's the preseason. Man.
Preseason.
Vikings, Lions, obviously. Cowboys.
Their defense got worse when Eberflus left.
Bengals, Steelers, Eagles, 49ers. It's under for me, Chief. Did you say over? Did you say over? Okay, all right. I don't think so.
Cam, you said over, right?
No, I said under.
What?
Do you know
like
who
the
we're talking
Bears.
about right now?
Dolphins.
Bears, dude. We're on the Bears.
Holy
Bears
cow.
under.
What are you doing, Cam?
All right.
What are you doing right now?
He's on a delay. He's on a delay.
I'm doing something else right now. I gotta get some stuff finished.
That's
No kidding.
insane, man.
All right. Bears.
Drew, what'd you
Now
say?
Cardinal.
Hold on,
Wait,
hold on.
I thought
Drew hasn't answered.
Under. Under.
3 unders in a row.
I do think they will be better. But I'm going to need to see it first.
Cardinals 8.5. Before I make my pick, Drew, we're on the Cardinals now, Cam. Drew, what are they thinking out there in Arizona?
Well, the defense got better.
That's a good start.
Defensive line got better. The DB should be better as long as Will Johnson is healthy. The offense, though, is where you're going to have problems. Now, they do have one of the best run games in the league, but they lost their OC. Or not the
James
OC,
Conner,
the
James
line
Conner
coach.
was slept on last year.
He was indeed. So their offense, it really relies on if they can figure it out with Marvin Harrison or not. If Marvin Harrison goes crazy, then they'll be a good team. If he's still kind of at the same level that he was last year, or are only marginally better, then they still won't be that good because it's pretty much him, Kyler, James Conner, Trey McBride, and whatever Marvin Harrison is.
Trey McBride's nice.
Very
He is, but
He is
still
nice.
no touchdowns.
They also play the AFC South and the NFC South.
Wow.
So I'm going over because AFC South and NFC South.
What was it, 8.5?
It
Yeah.
is 8.5. I think they get 9.
I already have the Rams and the Niners over.
Oh yeah,
Let me count wins here. Hold on.
Oh, I also picked over for them. Is that even possible?
4.
If 49ers get 11, Rams get 10, and Cardinals get 9,
5.
which means the Seahawks have to be under.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I guess I'm locking myself into that.
I'm going under. I'm not a big
Under.
Kyler guy. I'm not a big fan of his. I don't.
Under
Not
for
a Kyler
who,
guy
Cam?
either.
Cam, please specify your team.
For the Cardinals.
All right. St. Louis or Arizona?
What?
All right. Threw a curveball at you. Just wanted to see how you'd handle it.
How many wins they had? Did they have 9 this year or 8?
Let me look. Arizona Cardinals had 8.
I feel like they got better.
They were 12th in scoring offense last year and 15th in scoring defense. I mean, that feels better.
Give me the over. Give it to me.
Give me what I want. Vikings 8.5. Cam, why don't you do
Yeah,
the floor on this one?
that's a freaking easy over. Easiest over I've ever seen.
Is it though?
It is.
Explain.
You got a quarterback that's never
Explain.
played in the NFL.
Rookie quarterback coming off an injury.
With arguably one of the best offensive lines. Defensive coordinator gets another year under his belt. Has some nice little pieces to him.
Didn't you say your line was
you get-
trash last year?
Yeah, last year. And did you realize how many moves we just made?
What'd you get?
Let him continue. Let him continue.
Ryan Kelly, Will Fries, Donovan Jackson, Brian O'Neill, Christian Darrisaw. There's 5 right there.
Yeah, Donovan
bunch of
Jackson
bums.
was a reach, but he's a center, so you can't guarantee that.
He's not a
One
center.
of-
He's not a
one
center.
of-
That's wrong. No, you are
Not
wrong.
what I meant. It's not what I meant. He was a reach. He was a reach. He was a rookie.
He was not a reach. That's what
He
we
was.
needed. We
He was
took
a
the
reach.
best
He
available.
was not a consensus first round pick. He was not.
In whose eyes?
The
Draft boards.
Consensus?
The consensus draft board. That's what
Mel
that means.
Kiper's? Mel Kiper
The
had
consensus.
dirt.
Not what
Cam.
consensus
The
means.
consensus. The consensus means everybody.
No, we're chilling. We're chilling.
Ryan Kelly and Will Fries. One of them is like injury prone. I don't remember which one.
I think it's Ryan Kelly.
And he's still the 9th-ranked center. In the
Will
league,
Fries
so.
adds depth to the interior line. That's what Google says. He's
Will
not even,
Fries will be starting.
but he
on
adds
the
depth, so he must
offensive
not be
line.
that good. It's over only because 8.5 is low for them, but
It ultimately all comes down to if J.J. McCarthy's anything. Like, if he's a bum, like I kind of think he's going to be, it's going to be under, but I think they'll still be fine.
I think Kevin O'Connell
Unfortunately, he
can
is a
win
winner.
with. I think Kevin O'Connell can win with a lot of quarterbacks.
I mean, he did win with Sam
O'Connell
Darnold, so I'll give him
Pretty
that.
good.
Kevin O'Connell just got Sam Darnold the bag, so
He did. Honestly, good for Sam. Thank you, Kevin. Give me over. 8.5. I want to take under so bad just because I hate J.J. McCarthy and I think he's going to be ass. But even
I
still,
don't think he
I
will
can see them
be.
getting 9 wins.
He was a first-round pick for a reason.
It's unlikely that
So
all
was
of
Zach
the
Wilson
quarterbacks
and
from
Trey
that draft are
Lance.
good.
Zach Wilson and
What's
Trey
that?
Lance would have thrived under Kevin O'Connell. Just saying.
I said it's unlikely that all the quarterbacks from that draft are good. And so far, all of them
Well,
have
you
been
got to think though.
relatively good.
Half of those guys are going to sophomore slump, and JJ doesn't have to have a sophomore slump because he's not there yet. There's nothing to
And he
slump
gets
from.
Jefferson and Addison, so
Nobody cares about them
All
teams.
he has to do is get the ball there.
it's important.
Could be an issue.
I just think
Are we all
8.5
taking over?
is so low. I just think 8.5 is so low.
What are you thinking, Drew?
I'm thinking that I don't want to give you the over until I see what JJ's going to be.
I know it's a wild card in all this. Like, is he even going to be subpar?
The Vikings.
should be.
Because I don't love your run game to help him, so he's going to have to throw the ball.
What? All right.
I don't think that's a crazy thing to say.
It's blasphemy.
You are not returning your leading rusher from last season, so that is a fair point. Right? Did Jones return? I don't remember, to be honest.
I think he
Pretty
came
sure
back.
Jones returned.
You should know
He was
this
never
off the top
leaving.
of your head. You should know this. But he's 30, so, you know,
It came. The Cowboys play the Vikings this year.
Yeah, I'm ready.
that's fun.
50-3 this time?
You better hope the Vikings
no,
are
it's
ready.
gonna be. I'm
Oh,
gonna leave it right
give me
now.
the
I'll
under.
put money
Give me the
on
under.
this.
Give me the under. I'm sorry.
All right.
The other thing with J.J. McCarthy and all this is they do have a lot of, like I mentioned a couple weeks ago in our scheduled release episode, they have a lot of games where they're the only team that's playing, so there's going to be a lot of eyes on him and a lot of extra pressure, and I do worry about that for
I don't think he's
Young
gonna
guy.
care. I don't think he's gonna care.
He's
He's
not gonna-
been a winner since high school. He has never been a loser. So
that goes for a lot of. So was Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence, hello?
So was Kyler Murray.
Yeah, that's just not a reasonable argument. Winning isn't a quarterback stat.
What about any Alabama quarterback?
True.
Tua, Mac Jones, like
Mac Jones playoffs first
Jones.
year. Trevor Lawrence ended up making the playoffs, but had a
their ass.
terrible playoff game. But
They won the division. Take it easy, go.
It's just not a
all right.
not a viable.
I do think the Vikings roster is good. There you go, Cam.
Deshaun Watson.
thanks.
Hey,
The fuck?
Steelers 8.5
What?
is next.
Under.
Under.
Yeah. Oh man.
I already said it like 2 weeks ago. Like my prediction was the Steelers are only going to go 8 and 9. I'm sticking to it.
That's fine. It's your opinion. It's wrong, but it's your opinion, and you're allowed to have that opinion. Aaron Rodgers is going to
That's
give
kind of
this
the
team.
thing.
Aaron Rodgers is going to give this team better quarterback play than it's had since Big Ben's elbow surgery. And the Steelers, they win. They shouldn't. They do. I don't have any other words. They're going to win at least 9 games. They won 10 last year with Russell Wilson and Justin Fields playing patty cake. So, and Caleb Johnson's going to be a super, but upgraded wide receiver room with DK
I
Metcalf.
will agree with.
Defense is still good. They added to it.
I think it's average. I think the Steelers' name is what makes it seem like the defense is at.
In the
It's
last 20 years,
good.
but, we don't have to cross that bridge. Top 10
I-
scoring
Over,
defense.
unfortunately.
Top 10 scoring defense the past 3 years, but I guess it's their
You're
name.
going to win 9 games until proven otherwise.
Unfortunately. Listen, I would love to go under, okay? I would love it. I want to go on the record saying that. I'd love to go under.
But when
It's
you go
not-
under, it's going to be 8 and 9 instead.
Yeah,
It's
so we're
not
still going
gonna
to be
any better.
picking like
It's not gonna
15.
be.
Listen, it's
Yeah.
easier to trade up
He's
from
gonna do this
15
quarterback video for nothing.
than we ain't go get the single one, bro.
It was the 5th best quarterback in the draft.
I did 6 in my video.
JJ
for the
McCarthy.
record. I did 6 in my video, so we'll see. I hope it's not the 6th quarterback. I don't like the 6th quarterback, but it's easier to trade up from 15 than 21. So, all right, Seahawks 8.5.
Wait, Cam, what'd you say? You say under?
Under.
He said under.
Under.
He doesn't use logic.
Seahawks 8.5. I am not a big fan of the Seahawks.
I am
Under.
forced to go under due to my prior picks. I cannot pick over for all
Under.
4 teams. We under
I
for
think
everybody.
I think Sam is a bad fit for that Seahawks team. Like the
And they
one
got
thing
rid of
Gino
everybody.
did, they got rid of everybody, and I don't think in that offense with the lack of talent around them, especially on the offensive line, that Sam's an upgrade over Gino. Like one thing Gino did was escape the pressure and avoid sacks a little
Man's
bit better,
doing
and that's
tricks
one thing
on
that
Gino
Sam
right
just
now.
doesn't do.
Gino is better than you think, and also worse than a lot of people say.
It's fair.
He's
I'm just saying, like
he's not as
for-
bad as you think, but he's also not like he's still not
This
great.
this
The point I'm
contract
trying
is
to make
pretty
is Sam
much
doesn't-
this contract's pretty much Brock Osweiler 2.0. Bad team, pays
But I do
quarterback
think
lots of money.
Gino is better than Sam.
especially
Yes.
Pays quarterback a
Yeah.
lot of money. Who got paid?
Jalen
more?
Milroe is going to start some games. Probably Sam because he's younger.
What'd you say?
I asked which
got
one got
paid more?
paid more.
Oh,
It is
I'd imagine
Gino. Gino got
it?
37.5 a year, and Sam got 33.5 a year. But they are next
Damn.
to each other. They are next to each other on the chart.
Damn.
Dang,
Give me
Gino
the-
is
give me the
35.
under.
That's crazy. Drew, I think you, like me, have to take the under because I don't think mathematically all 4 teams can go over in the West.
you never know.
I got under for
Yeah.
Seahawks.
All right. We are unanimous again. We're all under. Falcons, 7.5.
Falcons over. Michael Penix. I'm a big fan of his. Give me
I also
Phoenix
think
all day long.
it's over. 7.5 feels low.
It does.
It is low.
Now, the thing I'm concerned about is their defense is subpar, and they have I'm not a big fan of their head coach, in Raheem Morris. Like, that's going to hold them back. But they should still be able to get 8 wins.
Raheem
Should.
Morris is Tomlin
They at least
2.0.
tried to address the defense in the draft, so it could be better.
They did.
Could be, but
They got talent. They
I also
got
don't
talent.
trust the. They're always hanging around
got
with
bodies.
the Buccaneers.
Did they get better from last year?
they got bodies. I don't know if they're better.
Are they the same as last year? Because they got 8 wins.
It's hard to
last year.
tell. It's hard to tell
They got 8 wins, and Penix didn't even start all season.
And Kirk was
because
ass.
there was
Kirk
a
was
time
terrible.
where the
Yes.
Kirk Falcons were bad, and then they
Kirk
were
had
and
that
then they
one
looked good
awesome
after he threw
game
for
on, like-
500
Yeah.
yards.
On like Monday night or Sunday night or something. And then that
That's
was
what he
all.
gets for
Yeah,
wearing
no.
number 18.
Okay.
7.5 is just so low, though.
It's very low. And it's a
Low for
winnable
a team that I
division.
think will be second and competing for the division.
Ooh. I'm still going to take 8 wins, but I don't know if they go second.
Well,
They might
that's still over. So that's what we're talking about here. We'll talk about division winners in a later date.
I'll go over.
Cam?
I'll take the over.
All right, we are unanimous on the Falcons over 7.5.
How many
Everybody's a
overs
big-
am I at?
Everybody's a big
Uh,
Phoenix fan around here.
Let me
Big,
see. You've
massive-
been on a roll of unders here recently, Drew. You're only at
Yeah, I
13
know.
overs. 13.
That's why I forgot. Okay.
All right.
Going still.
Cowboys 7.5. It's over. It's pretty obvious.
That's an over. That's so easily
Under.
an over. You don't
Under
even
to
believe
be
that.
a
I'm
troll.
taking it because I'm
Skip.
petty.
All right, Skip. Skip Bailey's take. That's why we named you that,
Barely over, but over.
bro.
It's only barely over if Dak gets hurt.
Yeah,
I
they're
just-
gonna have 10 wins, man.
I'm not a big
At
Schottenheimer
least.
fan. Like, I think that's going to hold them back.
That's fine. If Dak is healthy the whole season, they win more than 8 games.
Schottenheimer
Easily.
is basically just Mike McCarthy. You have feelings about Schottenheimer, and we get that. This is a separate issue.
Okay. That was over 10 years ago, and he hasn't done anything since.
You've been
other
thinking about it ever since. You've been thinking about it ever since.
Okay.
I'm looking at the Cowboys schedule though.
While you're looking at the Cowboys schedule, the next one's Jaguars, 7.5. Also 7.5. I kind of wanted. I don't. I feel like 7 wins is where I'm leaning with the Jaguars. I'm not a big fan of Trevor Lawrence. I think Liam Cohen's going to be a bum. I just don't know how I feel about the Jaguars.
He's not going to be a good. They got Ashton Hall for their schedule release, dude. They're cursed. It's like the boat curse or something. That's not good.
Like I'm going to take under, and it's going to be like 7.
Bro, they got the Bengals, the 49ers, the Chiefs, the Rams, the Chargers.
Remember how we were saying everybody
the
has
Broncos. Everyone has
the
the
AFC
AFC
South?
South. Yeah.
Well, the Jaguars are feeling it.
I'm going under on the Jaguars. I think
I'm
it's
going under.
7. I think it's 7 on the nose.
Cam, what do you think about the
Drew,
Jaguars?
obviously you're over.
Over.
I'm gonna take under.
Duval. Anything-
Patriots. Unless we even want to talk about them. I think it's under. They just still have so many holes on the roster.
Mike Vrabel is going to be a really good coach, and Drake May is probably going to be good. But I don't think they have a lack of talent. Travion is
They
going to
got
be really good.
Steelers, Bills, Buccaneers, Bengals, Bills again, obviously, Ravens. The NFC
They
South.
have a wide receiver who was caught on a boat in the offseason doing stuff he shouldn't have been doing. So that's like an auto curse in the NFL.
Over.
That's 8.
Under.
That's the type of receiver that you game plan around, Drew.
That's a wide receiver 1 right there.
That's
doing
a wide
freaking
receiver
crack
1
on a
right
boat.
there.
Crazy.
Yeah, I got under, and that's not even just me hating. That's like I don't like the weapons.
I think they'll be over. I think they'll be over next year.
Give me the over.
That's just where they're at.
I think it's going to take a minute for Mike Vrabel to get his system in place and for them to figure some of that out. But
they could
there's just a lot of reconstructing they had to do.
Hopefully he's got time. The last dude had 1 season.
Well, that's
Yeah,
also
it's
the
'cause
reason
they-
he only had 1 season is
Is
because
because-
they
That'd be
wanted
nice.
Vrabel that bad.
Colts 7.5.
You don't think it's a coincidence that they fired Mayo like 3 days after he interviewed
They
with
could
the
have just
Jets?
hired him last year, honestly.
I don't
They
think they
should've.
could have. I think it was like in his contract, like he was going to be Belichick's successor.
Yeah, which is
Oh,
kinda,
yeah.
it's kind of gay.
So they had to honor that and then get him out.
Whoa! It's June.
Yeah,
Colts 7.5.
I'm spreading awareness.
Colts
Over.
7.5.
Your quarterbacks are
Well-
Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones.
I am
Daniel
afraid.
Jones, no,
I'm
Richardson
afraid
cooked.
Daniel Jones starts the year, and so I'm forced to say under. How many am I at?
So why
I
do you
think
think
Daniel
over?
Jones gives him a better chance to
does.
win games.
He does. That's not saying much though.
I
Why do you
don't
think
think he
over-
wins many games.
Anthony's got 20/20 vision now, baby.
He did have LASIK,
Gonna
didn't he?
lead him to the promised land.
I mean, it worked for Jameis, right?
He doesn't have a shoulder.
Gotta need
Sure.
that.
It's true.
Just run him over.
Drew, what'd you say?
I haven't said anything. I'm still pondering what the Daniel
All right.
Jones Colts will look like.
Gil, what'd you say?
Under.
What is
Any
the line
team
again?
that 7.5.
7.5.
Under.
All right.
Raiders 6.5. I'm smashing that over.
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 That Raiders offense is going to be a lot of fun with Ashton Genty, Brock Bowers. I'm looking forward to watching.
Geno
them.
Smith.
Oh, they did get Geno Smith. I have not been factoring that into my Raiders takes.
Gino is going to throw the
That's-
pill a lot.
that's
Now,
so much
Where
granted,
did you think Gino was during these conversations? He was just.
we were literally talking about Gino 5 minutes ago.
He thought the Seahawks were paying
Free
Sam
agent.
and Gino.
Wait. Didn't he literally look up Gino's contract?
Yes.
Where'd you think that contract was due?
It had the Raiders logo.
The Russians.
It had the Raiders right next to his name too. It had the logo right there.
It just didn't connect.
No, I just when I think about the Raiders, I don't think Geno Smith. When I think Geno Smith, I'm like, oh, he's
Lights
on the
are
Raiders.
on,
But when
no
I
one's
think, I'll take the over. That feels pretty safe. 7 wins for that team.
I
They
think
could-
the Raiders are.
They could surprise.
They're
They
not
could surprise.
surprised. Pete Carroll back. Like
The
we'll see if
defense
they
is
get
better than you think. It's not great, but it's not bad.
Pete Carroll's going to get something out of that defense. The offense is going to be fun. They're going to be one of those
and the
teams.
Pete Carroll effect, yeah.
They may not be a playoff team, but they could be borderline, and they're going to be feisty. Like they're going to give a lot of teams hell. It's going to be they're going to be a tough out minimum.
All right, we
Yep,
just
yep,
hit the
yep.
1 hour mark, so we got
we've
6
got
teams left.
Panthers also 6.5. I'm leaning over, and I think Bryce Young takes the next step, and I think they come second place in the NFC South.
I think they could
I don't know
squeak
Don't
out
feel great
7.
about it, but that might.
I think they could squeak out 7.
I think they could too, but
I'm checking my
It's gonna be a
quota.
tough
I can
fight.
pick over a couple more times.
I mean the best teams they play are the Bucks, the Rams, Niners, Bills.
I think. No, what I do for the
Cowboys.
Bucks?
For the Bucks, you went under 9.5.
Yeah, give me the over for the Panthers.
Over.
Drew.
Over.
All right, we're unanimous on Raiders and Panthers all over. Giants 5.5.
Under. I think they're going to be so bad. And here's the thing.
Defensive
with-
line is so good.
I know, but look, their schedule is
Who's
tough.
quarterback,
I think it's
man?
going to get
Who's the quarterback?
Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, and then Jackson Dart.
I know, but like who?
It's going to be Russ to start,
Russ.
but their stretch is Commanders, Cowboys, Chiefs, Chargers. Saints will be a win, and then they play the Eagles on Thursday Night Football.
4.
And I said in our schedule release
Eagles,
episode,
Broncos, Eagles, Niners.
I'm only counting 4 wins.
I think-
I'm only counting 4.
I
I'm
think
under.
Brian Dable is fired after that first Eagles game on Thursday Night Football. Like
that is also very possible.
That schedule's brutal.
like they should be a 6-7. Like they should be over,
15.
but there's gonna be
I
a
have
lot of
15
dysfunction.
overs. I get to use 2 more overs. I think I know who I'm gonna do.
Under
Dude.
5.5.
There's not a lot of winnable games on the schedule.
No.
Like they're gonna have to really like shoot way higher
Unless-
than what they should be to
Unless
win
after
some.
they fire Dable, Jackson Dart comes in or Jameis and then just lights it up for a
Jameis
minute.
is going to
I
the
feel
Saints.
like
There
that's
probably
gonna
will be a couple games that they
I-
win for something stupid like that. Jameis Winston just comes in and goes nuclear
Like-
for no reason.
500
Like,
yards,
they get
5
that shot.
touchdowns,
Give me the
5
over.
picks.
Yeah, he's
I'll take
throwing
the over.
10 bombs to
Over.
neighbors.
You're taking the over, Cam.
I'm taking the over.
It feels
taking the
like
under.
it should be, but I'm going under. Like gut tells me under.
They're close to being scary, but not quite yet.
Scary of 5.5 wins.
That D line
Titans.
is nasty though.
It is.
If they had a quarterback
That,
Titans 5.5.
I know you saw that clip, Drew, where
under,
like Abdul and
I have seen it. Yes.
Duel, Burns, Lawrence.
Under.
It's kind of crazy.
Curry. Over. I'm leaning over on the Titans. 5.5 feels low.
They are not good.
They
You
are
know what?
bad.
No, I forgot. Their coach is terrible. Brian Callahan is a bum. Give me under.
But they are the AFC.
Don't like the Colts. Don't like the team.
Like the only thing that I really like about them is Cam Ward.
They get the Browns.
And even still, I'm not
But
that
the
big of a
Browns,
Cam
right.
Ward believer.
No,
Yeah, I'm going under.
He'll be
I think Cam Ward's going to be fine, but did you say over, Gil?
he'll be fine.
I think he'll be fine, but I don't think he's going to be like great to be able to lift the team up.
I did say over, and then I flipped back to under.
Oh, okay, that's why I'm confused.
So under.
Cam,
I'm
Titans.
gonna go under 2.
All right, unanimous on the
What'd you say?
Titans. Jets 5.5.
Jets, 5.5.
I'm going over. I'm going
Under.
over. That's so low, dude. That's so low.
Yeah, I'm
Come
going
on.
over. I
You're
think
not
we're-
that bad.
We're 7-15.
You're not that bad.
Who's your
You think
coach
it's-
now? Aaron Glenn?
Aaron Glenn.
Under.
Cam's a troll.
I feel like we're
5.5.
Now, I could definitely see a scenario where Justin
Maybe I can go
Fields,
5 and
Who's your
12.
backup quarterback?
Tyrod Taylor, who could win a couple games,
Over.
like
It's easy.
It's not a
Tyrod Taylor
great
believer
quarterback.
over here.
Tyrod
It's not
Taylor
quarterback.
is that's a over backup quarterback.
Yeah, it is. He'll probably play a game
now.
or two.
Yeah,
You need him to
probably
come in,
will.
win a game. He can do that. Yes. It's
Phoenix
fine.
or
Phoenix.
Saints 4.5. Sorry, unless you have more to talk about with the
Under.
Jets.
Under.
No, I got
Under.
nothing else to say about the Jets. We're 7.
Over.
I think.
Yeah, it's
The
under for
Saints
the
going
Saints.
over?
They're so
Taking the over.
bad.
Once they trade
bad.
for Jameis.
Who's their quarterback?
Jameis
They're
ain't on the
trading for Jameis.
team.
They're not
I
trading
said they're
for
trading for
Jameis.
Jameis.
No, they're not.
They're not
bro.
trading for Jameis. They already had him.
They could have
All the
kept him
Saints
if they
players want
wanted
him
him.
back.
Different coaches. It's gonna be.
You're
I
not- no,
thought it'd be
dude.
Kirk Cousins.
Tyler
It's like,
Shuck.
you know what?
Tyler Shuck is going to start all year.
Spencer
And
Rattler, bro.
sure, four.
Chris
Under.
Olave is going to die of a traumatic brain injury.
Gosh.
Alvin
Cam-
Kamara is
Cam
50
here
years
over.
old now.
I'm taking the over.
Gil.
Under.
All right, last one. Browns 4.5. It's got to be
It shows you
Over.
4.5.
It's got to be over. Yeah, I see 4.5.
I don't see one. They don't. It doesn't show me
They don't
anything
have
for-
one.
Yeah.
They don't have. Oh, you know what? I put 4.5 because the way they have it listed, I was like, oh, BetMGM has got to have them at 4 if they don't even have them ranked. But 5.5 is the Bally's line. Either
Yeah,
way,
Bally's is the only one.
I'm gonna take over because they're
So is
they
it
have
5.5?
pieces. It could be 5.5. I have it listed at 4.5 on the sheet.
Does it make a
what-
difference either way?
It doesn't make
Like,
a difference.
if it was
Do you think
one way
they're
or
at
the other,
5
does
wins?
it-
You think they get 5 wins?
How many did they get last year?
Browns.
Their defense
Cam
will win
Brown.
them a couple games.
I'm
Last
taking
year they
the over.
went 3-14.
Okay.
I mean, they got Joe Flacco. They've got Kenny
They were
Pickett. I mean,
they were 11
they have a
and
Super
6.
Bowl winning quarterback. They have 2 Super Bowl winning quarterbacks.
Listen.
in that locker.
The
That
last
is true.
time
That's at least 5
Flacco was their leading passer, they went 11 and 6.
That is true. Give me the over.
They could win 6, I think. Many more than 6, probably not, but I think they could win 6. Well,
I think the Saints will be the worst team in the league
Who's-
by.
Drew, you
a large
picked
margin.
19 overs, by the way.
That's fine. I'm cool with that. All it takes is one team
Browns
to
over,
underperform.
I just said over for the
All right.
third or
I
fourth
didn't hear
time.
you.
Jeez,
You talk like
Dylan,
once
listen.
every 45 minutes. Okay, my bad. Gil, over under. I don't know what you. I think you said over. We're unanimous on the Browns that they're over. So
that's crazy,
good
actually.
job, everybody. Let's put a bow
All
on
right,
this
so
one.
how many overs did each of us have? I'm curious on that.
Gil, you had. I already said 19 for Drew. Gil, you had 16, which is, for those of you listening at home, 17 teams went over last season. And I don't know the math behind it, if, like, that's supposed to happen or what. Cam, you had 15 overs. Drew, you had 19. And I had 17. I'm going to win. I'm going to win.
Look at us.
Did this perfect.
Maybe. We'll see. I mean, we've got a
We
lot
got a
of time.
long time until I'm going to come back to this Excel sheet. Long time.
Yeah. So during this
Gonna
time
forget
period,
about it by then.
during this time period between now and training camp and the start of the season, if there's something you want us to talk about, discuss, anything you want to see from us in particular, leave us a comment in this video. send us a DM on Twitter at Party Chat Sports. Just let us know, because it's that time of the year where there's not a lot going on, so we just come up with content as we're able. Like, I'm probably going to try getting a Mount Rushmore style episode up. Dylan's going to put together a quarterback video. If there's anything, again, you want to see, let us know at Party Chat Sports. Until next time, thank you everybody for listening, watching. Make sure you tune in, check us out, tell us how you feel, what you like, what you'd
You
like to
got
see
5
improvements on.
seconds. You got 5 seconds.
Anywhere and everywhere, all at Party Chat Sports. Peace.
Go
Steelers.
Vikings.